I'm in my new shop. It's a 2-car garage. And so one of the first things that I need to do is get all of my tools, even my like lawn care tools, off the garage floor and onto the wall so that I can go ahead and get to work on building my outfeed table, my cabinets, all the main kind of functions of the shop. So in this video, I thought, why don't I compare Ryobi Link as far as wall storage and compare that to Milwaukee Packout. So I'm gonna show you full install. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on Milwaukee Packout versus Ryobi Link. This should be a really fun video. Stay tuned because there's gonna be a ton of helpful tips in this video and you're gonna get my honest thoughts on both of these two storage systems. Let's go. Okay, so I got this 7-piece Ryobi Link kit from Home Depot, but I'll also leave some links down below this video. So if you just want to shop directly from here, you can, and that also really helps me out. So I appreciate it. Really quickly, let me just give you my thoughts on the overall quality and build of this Ryobi Link system. For the rails, very impressive. This is plastic, but it feels very, very high quality. Almost up there with Milwaukee Packout. And this is coming from someone who has a ton of Milwaukee Packout. I'm just now getting into Ryobi Link. This I would give an 8.5 out of 10 for quality of build. This little toolbox right here, not as durable of plastic as Milwaukee Packout's. Just lighter, you can kind of tell. It's fine, but I don't know, it's just not as good. In fact, I'm gonna drop test this toolbox at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But off the top of my head, I'd give this a 4 out of 10. And these tool hangers, very impressive. This is completely metal. All of this right here, this is all metal build, came out of the box looking really, really good. And then it has this hard rubber around the end of the tool holder. I'm gonna give them a 10 out of 10. I mean, as far as durability, these feel great. One of the really nice things that I'm noticing about these Ryobi Link rails is that they're 32 inches long. So if you're mounting these into a wall that has studs every 16 inches on 16-inch centers, you can have a stud on the very end, a stud in the middle, and then a stud right here on the other end. And then if you go to add a second rail on this end, it can also mount into the stud. So that's what we're gonna do here, because I'm gonna put these two Ryobi Links long ways. So I'll have a 64-inch rail, but you can also mount them vertically like this. So I was just really impressed that Ryobi gave that forethought to giving you the option to mount these with hitting 3 studs every one rail. If you are in a situation where, let's say you're on like 20-inch centers for some reason, they also give you the drywall mounts. It's just not as strong. So yeah, 32 inches, it's really, really nice. So before I mount all my Link and all my Packout, of course, I've got to remove this previous shelving hardware that's like really ugly. I'm gonna take all that off the wall. One thing that I am noticing with Ryobi Link wall mounts when it comes to mounting the toolboxes, and this might be because I only have 1 layer of Link and not 2, but it's not, it doesn't feel as secure as Milwaukee Packout will feel, I think. We're about to test that, but when I was putting it up here, it's locked in place, and you can see even if I go to like move this, it's locked in, but it has a little bit of give right there. And also when I was locking in that toolbox, it didn't click in place. I think I was waiting to hear like a click that's like, it's locked in, and it doesn't really do that. So I think it's just kind of the weight of the box is holding it in there, whereas I'm pretty sure Milwaukee Packout kind of locks in place. We'll test that in a second because we're about to mount some Milwaukee Packout right next door. So this is the Milwaukee Packout wall mount plate. You can also mount these in work vans is what the instructions were saying. I'm not gonna be doing that because this is a woodworking shop. Now, I will say this is not 32 inches long, so I do kind of like how Ryobi Link designed their wall mount system so that you can hit 3 studs if they're on 16-inch centers. This, you're only going to be able to hit 2 studs, which I think will be plenty. Another thing that I'm kind of not a fan of with Milwaukee Packout is they did not include mounting hardware with this. They recommend that you use 1 1/4 inch lag screws, and so I decided to pick those up separately. Kind of wish for the price point that you pay for this pack out that they would have just include that in the kit. But hey, whatever. It was like $3 to get the lag bolts at a hardware store. So yeah. Oh, one more thing about this: the quality compared to Ryobi Link. As far as the wall mount goes, I would say that one is not really better than the other. Both feel very high quality. This is a high quality plastic. Now the Milwaukee Packout does have this metal rail reinforcements right here, but pretty much everything else is plastic. But both feel really quality. I guess what I'm really pointing out that to say is the Link feels really good compared to the Packout, which comes at a higher price point. So right behind me, I have my kind of mini Milwaukee Packout setup. So this is the wall organizer. I went ahead and mounted a low profile organizer on the wall mount. And then just to kind of demonstrate how Packout kind of works, how you can stack things on top of like other things, I put this Milwaukee Packout crate on top of the low profile organizer. Now I will say that stacking things further out from the wall mount, things start to get a little bit shaky. So, you know, I really would not put a ton of stuff in this crate if it wasn't mounted directly to the wall mount. But I just kind of want to demonstrate like what you can do. This wall mount has a 150-pound rating. And honestly, I believe it. I mean, this feels absolutely rock solid. The Link did too. I know I was kind of ragging on Milwaukee for not providing their own hardware, but the hardware that Link provided was these little wood screws, which I think would be fine for holding this up, but putting lag bolts in the wall with this Milwaukee Packout, I think it's going to be a game changer. I also got one of these M12 battery organizers that you can just set in the wall mount and then lock it into position. And you can put all of your different types of M12 Milwaukee batteries in there, which is very, very nice. Eventually, I want to get a charging station. I'll probably put another wall mounts next to this, have a charging station so I can have batteries charging, and then once they're charged, move them over in storage. You can also get an M18 Milwaukee Packout battery organizer. So I'll leave links to all that stuff down in the description. If you want to pick up any Milwaukee Packout, by the way, I'll have links to a lot of my favorite products that I've tested here on the channel down in the description. It'll link to a website called Toolnut. Toolnut's where I get a lot of my power tools from. They don't sponsor these videos or anything like that, but it's just a great website. They run a lot of great deals, and they're an official Milwaukee dealer. And so check out one of those links if you're interested in getting any kind of Milwaukee Packout products. Hey, before we wrap up this video, I told you earlier that I wanted to drop test this tool organizer. Let's see how it holds up, because honestly, when I first took this out of the box, I was not super impressed by the build quality of these tool organizers. So let's see if they can actually hold up to a little drop test. Okay, so just dropped this off about maybe, I had basically held this up to the top of the ceiling and dropped it. So probably a 10-foot drop, maybe about a 1-story drop. And besides the fact that these feet got beat up a little bit by the concrete, which I guess it landed feet first, I mean, there's a little bit of stress that you can see down here in the bottom from the impact, but this held up really well. I actually think the fact that this has a little bit of give makes it a little bit impact resistant. So yeah, honestly, this held up really well. I think any kind of wear and tear that you would give this in a woodworking shop or even on a job site, it's gonna hold up just fine. So when it comes down to it, do you need to get Ryobi Link or Milwaukee Packout? Here are my honest thoughts. I would say for probably 85 to 90% of woodworkers, Ryobi Link will be all that you need. When it comes to tool selection, I mean, they've got obviously the wall mounts, they have the rolling toolboxes, the tool organizers, they've got the little like screw holders and like all the tool hooks. They got a ton of stuff. They also have battery organizers. They have a ton of stuff in their line. They're at a better price point, and the quality compared to Milwaukee Packout, it's not as good, but I'd say it's comparable. Now, of course, Milwaukee Packout is the gold standard. They're, in my opinion, better than Rigid, DeWalt, Klein, Festool, any kind of modular storage system out there. Milwaukee Packout is the best. You're going to pay for it like it is the best, but it is the best tool storage system. So if you're like me and you're kind of a tool nerd, then you're probably going to want to invest in the Milwaukee Packout. But I mean, Link has also been a great product. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to check out the description if you want to check out any links to any of these particular tools, as well as some other helpful resources. I try to make sure that the description of all my videos are jam-packed with some good resources for you. If you enjoyed this video, check out one of these two videos, and I'll see you there.